Vince.
Hey Barry, how you doing? I'm here with Paul Annacone, Pete Sampras' coach, of course. You know, they started having this rivalry about 5 years ago. You think they both are they playing at the highest level right now, or do you think they were back then?
I think it just goes through peaks and valleys, but obviously right now Pete coming off Wimbledon and Andre getting to the finals and also winning the French Open, they can't be playing too poorly, so it's tough to measure it, but I think they're both playing really well.
Now, what is Pete going to do today? He's just going to play his game? I know the court's pretty slow. Does he have to change? He's going to be a little more patient?
I think he's got to try to control the points whenever he can, obviously. I think that, you know, returning Andre's serve, he's got to make sure that he's offensive and he's the one that's trying to control the point. Andre's probably the greatest ball striker in the history of the game, so Pete can't be the one that's playing defense a lot. So he's going to try to control the tempo of the match, and if he does, he's got a good chance.
Hope it's a great match. I'm sure it'll be. Thanks a lot, Paul. Back to you, Barry.
All right, Vince. Excitement in the air, as we mentioned. Both players a huge hand as they walked out, and now we're ready to go. This is best of 3 for the championship. Sampras to serve. First game, first set. Pete Sampras versus Andre Agassi. Just wide. Agassi jumping all over the court back there, Lee. He is charged up. Agassi drills the passing shot. Kind of reminds me of that first point we did a couple years ago at the start of the year up in San Jose when he jumped all over that return.
Again, he can munch the returns, but he's also tremendous off the second ball. That's a half volley backhand pass down the line. Brilliant hands.
Standing effort and energy. We'll keep you posted on that one. Sampras unloads the inside-out forehand for a winner, 15-all.
Well, that's
Point Agassi to get even at 1-all. Oh, Sampras, a flowing backhand up the line. Beautiful shot from the 6-time Wimbledon champion.
You know, this is the great respect you have to have for Pete Sampras. And what he does so well against Agassi is he plays beautifully off the move. Normally, players who are on the move against Agassi can't do as much. But Pete Sampras can hurt you when he's in trouble.
Oh, Sampras again. Agassi out wide, and Pete just takes that ball and drills it for a clean winner cross-court off the return.
I mean, and that is just classic stuff. When Pete Sampras is in trouble, on the run, stretched out, he can come up with amazing stuff. And here,
game, first set. Ooh. Nice looking safe forehand volley leap. He just kind of guided that ball up the line.
Again, play to the open court and then take a good position at the net. And you can see how Sampras does that beautifully here. Watch how he controls that volley. His racket face is open.
The lob will be good. Sampras took that extra step, Leaf. And Agassi saw it. Beautiful timing on that backhand topspin.
Well, Agassi can beat you in so many ways. I mean, Sampras has to look for the roll cross court and then shot down the line. But he also has this shot. Watch how he rolls from under the ball. It all happens very quickly. And that's what beats Sampras. You just can't read this one.
So used to seeing that air Sampras shot that it's rare that you see a ball get over Pete's head. There it is. Speaking of air Sampras, he comes right back.
You know, Pete Sampras makes his shot look easy, but the timing is remarkable. Again, look at the ventilation there. I mean, he's getting up 4 or 5 feet. It's almost like a slam dunk or a spike in volleyball.
It's tremendous the way, and he stays up there. Game point, Sampras. Agassi drills the forehand return and stays alive. It's deuce.
Again, if you're facing a big, hard first serve, don't take a big swing at it. Agassi, even though he's hitting the ball hard, it's pretty compact. See how he keeps the ball out in front?
A fantastic match, and so far it has been, as Agassi now has broken back. 3-4. New tennis balls, and Sampras unloads the backhand.
And there's an example of maybe Andre Agassi should have served and volleyed there. He got the high return. Instead of moving forward, he had to retreat. And this gave Pete Sampras time. Look at the preparation, beautiful grip, and again, his weight is through the ball. And that's what makes that ball go through the court.
Oh, yes. It is not easy to hit a winner against Agassi from the backcourt, and Sampras has done it twice in a row. Oh, and that is a brilliant little drop volley. He had to stretch leaf. Didn't expect to hit that shot.
Well, we are just being treated to some amazing tennis. Look at this approach shot. A nice chip deep. He's really stretched out. And look at how he opens up the racket face on the full stretch and just carves it. A little bit of backspin on the ball.
That was a brilliant shot from Sampras. There's a strange... You don't see that very often. Most players will take the ball if they don't like the toss. Starting to sneak out from behind the clouds, and you can see Agassi checking it out from that far side. Wow. Unbelievable point. They just kept getting harder and harder, Lee.
Well, Agassi is going to use all the court, and he's going to force Pete way off the court. Look at how far he is off the court here. He's got plenty of room to hit back into. Finally, the error from Sampras.
Center service. Look out. Unbelievable get from Agassi. I thought for sure that ball was going to drop twice, Lee.
Sampras played the volley. You thought that Agassi was too far from it. But again, his fitness is pretty sharp. Watch how he tracks this one down. Great approach shot. Look at the... He's got to really run some court down to get that ball. Wow.
Oh. Sampras could not believe that get. Fourth.
How you doing, Barry? Yes, I'm here with the legendary tennis pro, Jack Kramer. Jack, how you doing?
Well, Vince, I'm so happy to watch these guys play, because anybody that's watching them are seeing something that can really revive tennis in America. You got Sampras as a super champion with the all-court game based upon his good forehand and serve. And you got Agassi, who has that great defense and yet surprising a damn good serve as well. The main thing is the offense against the defense here, and they're damn near even. There's one service break each.
Now, didn't you always say that the great attacker would beat a great baseliner?
Well, you keep watching, and you'll find out that when Pete gets in there and forces Andre to make the passing shot, that he'll make more errors than he will placements. And so I think that's why Sampras is actually a better player on this kind of a court.
Let's talk about the old barnstorming days that you played in. You guys seemed like you had so much fun. You would travel from town to town through Europe and through the United States. What was that like, Jack?
Well, it was fun. Barry can tell you that. The hard thing about it, Vince, be honest with you, when you're playing in the feature match, if you didn't win, you were out of a job. So there was a lot of incentive there, and I was very happy to be associated all the years, because we were taking tennis to the country. No television those days, so it was great for tennis.
Thanks. Back to you, Barry. Appreciate it, Jack.
All right, Vince. Games. We've played a total of 16 games. Sampras now looking back right underneath us here. There's a couple of late arriving spectators, and Sampras just fires a ball right at him. I love it. We are right on top of those guys as we look down at the top. No call. Right on the baseline. Sampras thought it was long. It's the linesman of the Heat. Van Patten, who is with one of Pete Sampras' first
Barry,
coaches.
Yes, I'm here with this amazing coach, Mr. Robert Lansdorf. How you doing, Robert?
I'm fine today.
Yeah. Listen, you started coaching Pete when he was 8 years old, when he had a two-hand backhand. Isn't that correct?
That's right. From 8 until about 14. And he had a great two-handed backhand. and I never felt the necessity of changing it at that time.
Did you think that he was going to be a great at that time, or did you? I mean, did you see it, or no, or not?
He was unbelievable talent, and he had unbelievable volleys for a little kid. And I remember one time a guy, some agent, came by and I said, "Hey, look at this kid, man. This kid is going to be #1." You know, it didn't really show that much because he was very little. You know, so it took a while. You know?
But you got rid of his two-hand backhand, because he did have a two-hand backhand in the beginning, right? But you thought that would help his game?
Well, you know, it's two-handed. He always gives somebody a chance to go to a one-hand if they like it, you know, and it took him a while. When he was 16, he could only slice the backhand, and then he started hitting it. And I still like to see him hit the backhand a little bit more, though, you know, even now, you know.
Thanks so much, Robert. Back to you, Barry.
All right, Vince.
You can make the adjustment to a 1 when you are stronger.
Agassi, a ripping, running forehand volley, spectacular shot to end the point, and Agassi now leads 5-4 when we return.
The keys has been getting that first serve in.
Look out, Sampras on the full run. Look at him, he's about 15 rows up into the stands. Unbelievable leap. Wow.
Well, again, this is one of his best shots, the running forehand. And again, this is like arena football, right out the exit.
Oh, man, that was great. That's good. Agassi deep, the open court. And Agassi sprints back to the baseline. And a huge hand. This crowd wants this to go 3.
Well, again, Agassi, he really sets up opportunities like this, and it's great to see him coming forward. I mean, this is Andre Agassi, the complete player.
Kept the forehand low.
Agassi on the run. How he gets this cross-court angle, I don't know, but notice how he just flicks that racket head, finishing very high above his head.
Absolutely brilliant play from Pete in this tiebreak. That's good. Ooh. I don't believe this point. Sampras scampering all over the place, and Agassi could not believe he doesn't win that point. Tremendous effort from Sampras. Two great champions. And a huge ovation for the 1999 winner, Pete Sampras. A brilliant display of tennis. This match point. Now watch Sampras. Agassi in, hits the volley into the open court. Looks like he has the point 1. Somehow Sampras gets it. Again, Sampras on the run hits a fantastic forehand. And so Pete Sampras, a brilliant display of tennis from the #1 player in the world. He wins it in 2 tiebreaks. Stay with us. We'll have the presentation and a word with the winner when we return.